Have you experienced chemistry before? That instant connection that you feel with another person. It makes you stop in your tracks and take a double look at the other person. And from that moment on, you might be joined at the hip, or you might date for a little bit and then go your separate ways. Now, you can't really pick who you have chemistry with, although you might be attracted to a certain type of person. It can be very random and it can feel like it just comes out of nowhere. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 14 signs of sexual chemistry between two people. So I hope you're ready. Like and subscribe. Firstly, what causes chemistry between two people? You have probably come across or heard of the term chemistry before. You may have even used it to describe a hot person you met once at the mall or even at a coffee shop. Now, it might be something that you are searching for and you don't believe you have found before. Chemistry is actually quite scientific, although it is different to the subject that you probably learned at school. Research shows that chemistry between two people is formed by a chemical bond whose function is to hold human molecules together. In this case, it is really to hold two people together. Now, this bond holds two people together and leads to you both feeling something amazingly special. The result of chemistry is a bond unlike any other between two people. And chemistry does not necessarily mean that you will be with that person solely forever. Chemistry can be short-lived and still have these intense feelings. Chemistry can be described as a combination of emotional, psychological, and physiological ways in which two people bond. Once chemistry settles into two people's brains, other things start to develop, like sexual tension, non-verbal communication, and non-judgmental attitudes. Now, these all help to create an electrifying and healthy relationship. Let's talk about some strong eye contact. The very first sign of sexual chemistry actually comes from the eyes. You can tell a lot simply from eye contact. If someone is maintaining strong eye contact, it might be because they are experiencing sexual chemistry. You might both find yourself in a dark corner in a bar, and that talking turns very flirty, and you find that you are both maintaining that intense, strong, direct eye contact. It can be extremely powerful, and it can really magnify the chemistry between you both. Changes in body language. When you share chemistry with someone, your physical attraction can be intense, but it is different from sexual chemistry. In some ways, chemistry is more romantic, and the body language might reflect this with slight touches or hair flicking. Now, once it becomes sexual body language though, it really does step itself up a notch. The body language becomes full on. You might find yourself putting your hands around the other person's hips or placing your hand on their leg, maybe around the thigh area. It develops into something more intense and takes that relationship up a notch. Strong sexual tension. Now, you cannot have sexual chemistry and not have the sexual tension first. Sexual tension is what you feel in the build-up to your first sexual experience with that person and how you develop sexual chemistry. It's the feeling of a strong pull to physically be together and a lot of flirting with you both. Sexual tension leaves an air of anticipation, so much so that sometimes it never develops into anything physical. Once this sexual tension develops between two people, sexual chemistry develops, and that's what leads on to sex. Time seems to fly when you are with them. When you are with this person, time just seems to disappear. You can spend all day together, but when you leave, you think to yourself, wow, that day went so quick. When we are with someone that we have a strong chemistry with, time kind of feels like it doesn't actually exist. We are having too much fun with that person to worry about counting the minutes on a clock. So, if you find yourself that this happens between you and a special person, well, then you know for sure that you have a special kind of chemistry with them, and well, this is a great sign. You might also find that when you do become physical, you never want that time to end, which is again another great sign. You can never get enough of them. The time seems to fly when you are with each other, and then when you leave, you want to do it all over again. Between seeing them in person, texting and phoning them, you just cannot get enough. You can both talk for hours on the phone and you never run out of interesting things to say to each other. Now, this is cute. It's a lovely feeling to have, and it's again something that, well, you only really experience with someone that you have intense chemistry with. And if that chemistry starts to wear thin, this might be when you start getting tired of spending time with that person, or you could kind of start finding them slightly annoying. Long-term relationships often have stronger chemistry, which stops this from happening. You start paying attention to their social media. Now, you might have known this person that you have chemistry with for quite some time. Maybe you have been friends on social media for years. Suddenly though, when you start to pick up on this chemistry, you also start paying attention to their social media. Now, this is a huge sign that you are more interested in them and more attracted to them than you originally thought. You suddenly care about what they are doing, whose pictures they are liking, and who is commenting on their pictures to kind of assess any threatening behavior. Now, when they post something, you might get butterflies in your stomach, especially if it's something related to you. Subtle flirting begins. When sexual chemistry starts to develop, so will the flirting. You might both start touching each other more, sitting closer together, and saying flirty things. Flirting is a great way to test if you have sexual chemistry with the other person. And if they return it, they probably feel it as well, but if they don't flirt back, then they might have friend-zoned you, sadly. You both feel positive. You both mention how happy you are when you are with each other and how you really do love spending time together. Now, you will notice that the other person is smiling a lot when you are around them, and obviously you are smiling back too. This is a huge positive sign and is something that shows you both that you have chemistry involved. Suddenly, the small things become important. This one is especially true when it comes to sexual chemistry. Perhaps with previous partners, you found it very difficult to be satisfied sexually. They never really asked you what you liked, and if you just didn't give any hints, they would just ignore you. But with this person, everything seems to work out amazingly well. It's like you fit together and they check in and ask you if you like it, and obviously ask you what you do like. You both are working to please the other person, and this makes it so much more enjoyable. It's not really a small thing to have a great sex life, but it's a lot of small things that makes a sex life good, so it's important to focus on them. You both only focus on each other. When you are together, you only focus on each other. You're not looking at other people, you're not listening to them when they speak. Now, both of you are only interested in the other person, and this makes both of you feel validated and valued. And when you are in bed together, you are also only focusing on each other, which is a part of why this is such a great connection. It's a sure sign of sexual chemistry between the both of you. You feel yourself physically drawn to them. There is a pull towards them that you cannot ignore. You find yourself physically drawn to them when you first meet them, and this is something that keeps happening every time you do meet. It's probably a sign that at this moment in time, you are supposed to be near each other and you should be exploring that relationship. You can't seem to keep your hands off each other. As the levels of chemistry increase, so does the amount of time that you spend touching each other. You simply cannot take your hands off each other, and it drives you both crazy when you guys are out together in public. They might simply place their hand on your leg and it makes you go crazy and want to rush them back to the bedroom. Now, touching takes on a brand new meaning and becomes incredibly exciting. Their body is angled towards you. When they talk to you or are listening to you, their body is angled towards you and their feet are pointing in your direction. It might be something you notice when you are listening to them speak, or you might notice that you are doing it to them. This is a sign that you have sexual chemistry with the other person. Your heart beats faster when you are around them. As they are walking towards you, you can feel your heart starting to beat a lot faster. You might notice it, or maybe you don't. Either way, if you have sexual chemistry, then it's probably happening, and it's proof that you really do like this other person. You can easily lean on their chest and listen to how fast their heart is beating when they are around you. And there you go, we've reached the end of the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you liked this video or if I missed something very important from today's list. I hope this video has helped you gain a deep understanding of female psychology. Until the next video, like and subscribe, and if you want your name rolling up on this board like these people's names here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar below. Take care, bye bye.